Okay, so I don't have anything you have to work at today. Isn't that nice? No projects, no no learning, nothing's going to make your head hurt. So, have you ever had one of those I don't know why I didn't think of that before moments? So, well, I had one on the weekend. We had like most people who, as the years go by, you end up having to replace things. So we had to replace our stove. It was 18 years old. It didn't owe us anything. So we went with an induction stove, which meant I had to buy a couple of new pots. All right. So we were in our local home decor type store, and we're poking around and we found our pots, and we went over to the bed linen section because hey, who doesn't love fabrics and bed linens? Ooh, yeah. And with the hot weather, we gave up on the down duvet couple months ago, switched to the silk duvet. Okay, still kind of a little too warm. And boy, what goes around comes back around. You live to be a certain age and you see it all come back, because here there were shelves and shelves of what I would think of as bedspreads, but they're now calling them quilts or coverlets. And they were gorgeous. They were subtle prints or solid colors, very thin and delicate, just perfect, perfect, perfect for the hot weather that we're having, and exquisitely quilted, heavily quilted. They reminded me of the type of coverlet. It's called matelasse. I had to look that up. And it comes down through the French. It's a type of quilting that isn't really quilting, because it's not layered fabric with something in between and then stitched. It's just the stitching on top of it, but it gives you that heavily bubbled kind of quilted look. If you happen to go online and look it up, you'll see all kinds of them. So we had shelves and shelves of these coverlets with the quilting on them. Some of it's more elaborate, some of it is a little simpler, and I went, we can do that. We can do that here at the store for you. And the advantages are, first of all, you're going to have much better quality fabric in your coverlet. Secondly, you can make it as thick or as thin as you want. So what I've got Dawn to put out here behind me is just a very small selection of our extra wide fabrics, because the ones that I was looking at in the store were 106 inches by about 93. Well, our extra wides are 106 to 108 inches. So even if you're working with a king size bed, you can easily do a whole cloth cover to cover it with no problem. So I've got one here that I can hold up for you. This is just a very, very soft, subtle kind of a purple. And I wanted to hopefully demonstrate to you how delicate, how soft these fabrics are. I think a lot of our extra wides are just a little bit softer. They're designed for quilt backings. So they're not quite as stiff as some of our standard fabric. You could certainly do this with standard fabric, but there are so many gorgeous extra wides. I love some of these soft grays. If you want something a little more vibrant, we've got the turquoises, the swirls, and this one. This is amazing. Look at this. Wouldn't that be fun on a man's bed? Maybe you've got a teenage boy. So all you need is a large piece of fabric for the front and another large piece of fabric for the back side. And then we have, I'll grab it here. Ugh. This is our 100% cotton quilt batting, and this is our number 3 batting. So it's very thin, just enough to give it a little stability. So simple, quick, easy peasy, as they say. So I grabbed my book. These are some of our what we call edge-to-edge designs. And the nice thing about doing a whole cloth quilt like this is you don't have to worry about making it too dense, too much quilting. The whole idea is to make it lay nice and flat. And I can show you, quite often we're looking for designs that are looser, more open, softer. The nice thing with our designs is I can make them as dense or as open as I want. And so we could quilt something like this guy all over your quilt. It would be gorgeous, and it would certainly hold the layers together, and it's going to last a lot longer for you because you're starting with top-notch quality ingredients, you might say. This gives you a lovely quilted coverlet or blanket or quilt, whatever you want to call it, that you can then use in place of your duvet, in place of your blankets, your bedspread. It does double duty. And for this hot weather, you don't have to worry about the weight of a blanket or the warmth of some of those lovely duvets. We love the duvets for the colder weather. Look at this guy. Gorgeous design. That would look wonderful on a whole cloth quilt. So now, of course, we can do something more intricate. We can do individual circles and things and blend it that way. We can make it as elaborate as you want it. But I just thought, what a wonderful idea to use our extra wide fabrics, our 108s. I'm going to move that mouse before I squish them. So, like this guy. What a wonderful use for fabric like that. And then you come back and you have a beautiful bed cover that is better looking and better quality than the ones you're getting in the stores. So yeah, there's another design that would look amazing on a whole cloth. I'm pulling them out of the sleeves because we don't want the shine. Even something like this would be really pretty quilted over a whole cloth quilt. There we go. So it's definitely worth looking into. Keep it in mind on these hot days when we have nothing better to do than sit around and think up what our next quilting project is going to be. I really got excited about this. This is just a small selection of our extra wide fabrics. We've got, we had Dawn pull out the sort of pretty pastels today, but we do have darker fabrics, richer looking fabrics. This plaid one here, this gray plaid, comes in 2 or 3 other colors. So shouldn't be too much difficulty matching anybody's decor out there. Lots of fun. I love having these head explosions every once in a while because it can set me off on a whole new train. So that's about it for today. Stay calm, everybody. Stay kind. And I'm going to say stay cool in the best way that you possibly can. Look after yourself. When it's hot like this, it can be a little bit dangerous. So take care. Till next time.